Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this live chat. I have some wonderful guests, and I'm so excited about the topic. I'm so excited about who we have on. You're going to love it. I am going to bring on my co-host, Scott Michels. Now, Scott Michels is the founder of the C.A.U.S.E. He has been involved in the community and working with our youth for over a decade and has done some amazing things. Really, he's the reason why this Do-Goodathon is really picking up momentum. And that is why we want to let you know all about this event. And I'm actually going to bring him on because I don't do it justice. When you hear about what is going on, I promise you're going to want to be involved. So definitely stick around. And I'm going to bring Scott on now so that he can explain to you about this idea of creating this momentum and this movement towards good works. And let's see. Hello, there you
go.
I am so happy to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Sharonda, for having me. I'm delighted to be here, as you know.
Yeah, I was telling the audience, I was telling our viewers that this the Do-Goodathon. I'm going to let you talk about it, but I just wanted them to understand that when you told me about this idea, this concept, and this event, I just where do we sign up? Where do we sign up? And I just believe that if they stick around and they hear this, it'll be the same for them. So I definitely want to get into it, but I want you to talk to our audience a little bit about why the cause, why Starfish Casters, who you are, and what you do.
Absolutely. First of all, I just wanted to, again, thank you so much. When Sharonda heard about the Do-Goodathon and sparked it together, it really took everything to the next level. And a lot of what we are trying to do is exactly what's happening right now, which is this sort of connection person to person to actually understand that together we do have the ability to cause new norms in our society, and in fact that we each have the power to make a difference in everything that we do, that our actions ripple beyond our sight, and that our actions are contagious. So a lot of the work that we're doing is, can we be intentional with our actions, knowing that they will be contagious and creating the norms that we accept around us that will either benefit us or not? And so I do like to do it through fun and story and such like that. But I want to also start by talking about Alexis Cuffey and Stephen Wilkerson, who are our public allies this year. And it is really through the public allies and through Stephen and Alexis that this Do-Goodathon is actually even possible at all. They are the ones doing the work behind the scenes. And they are right now, even behind the scenes, answering questions on Facebook for those who are. So if you will, I want to tell you really quick about myself and then the story that we're using to inspire people. But before I do, we are here to talk about the Do-Goodathon, which is a 5-week marathon of good activities. And so our goal today is going to get 100 people to sign up during this hour-long broadcast. So we're going to do it like a telethon, if that's okay with you, Sharonda. So we're going to keep going back. How many people do we have signed up now? So can we get 100 people to be signed up?
If you're sign up, be prepared to sign up. I mean, you're going to want to. You're going to want to.
And let me just tell you before we get further into it, what are you signing up for? Well, it is a group initiative where we're all just doing acts of service and kindness for strangers. You can win just by registering, you can win by referring more people to the game, and you can win by doing acts of service. But we'll get to all of that later, and we'll also get to the party that is happening at the Delaware Contemporary on July 10th. But yes, so if you're watching, what is the Do-Goodathon? We're going to tell you all about it, but it's your chance to actually, if you are walking around saying the world can be better, we are giving you an opportunity. We are inviting you to the party to actually start serving. And that's the only thing I want to tell you about my history, Scott Michels. Long live Tom Michels, my father, who is since passed. But when I was a child, he once said to me, Scott, if you're ever at a party and you're having fun, but you see someone who's at the party who is not having a good time or maybe doesn't feel connected or invited, I'd like you to go up and just reach out your hand and extend and say, hey, is there anything I can do to make it more comfortable for you to enjoy this party? Well, I've learned years later that that actually became my entire life. Is that I do view the world as the potential of this lovely, wonderful, joyous, harmonious party between all people of all races, all identities, all genders, all countries. And so what I've learned, though, is that many people don't know it's a party. Many people are structurally uninvited to the party. There are many people who can't enjoy this thing called life because of these structural traps or things that we're building ourselves. And so the reason why I'm talking about the party is because social equity is a very big part of this party. But I want to put it out there that I want us to start raising the bar, that we don't just want people to have equity and be together, but we want to be joyous with people. We want to enjoy the diversity of cultures and the diversity of experiences. And that's why we are leading up to a party. So how do I invite people to the party? Well, it's this thing that we do called Starfish Casters. How am I doing so far on time, Sharonda?
You're good.
All right, great. So what Starfish Casters is, it's the nonprofit that is hosting this event. And we are only able to pull this off with our multiple partners you'll hear about. But you might see us, and you will be seeing us. We're going to be out in Rodney Square at the Rodney Square Farmers Market starting on the 9th of June every Wednesday. But what we do there is we tell a story and do this thing called the Starfish Exchange. And I do want to start this off today to show people, if you don't believe that you can make a difference in the world, I am going to show you in a very quick story how you can. So if you're playing along at home, you see what this is. It's a little piece of paper that is about the size of the bottom of a can of soda or a water bottle. So if you would like to do this free activity, we're asking you right now to go ahead, draw a little circle, draw a starfish in that circle, and then write the name of someone that you love and care about right in the middle of that. And then you can decorate it. So here's one right here that says Kenzie. Here's one that says Remus. And what these are is that these are tokens that we are then going to press into button magnets that you can take home. And we are asking you to write the name of who do you love in the world enough that you would want them to be taken care of, safe and sound, even when you're not right there physically to protect them. We're going to come back to that. But if you have a moment, I would like to tell a story that is going to make a lot of what we're talking about make sense. So what I'm going to do right now is go to my screen share. Yep, share screen, perfect, window. All right, and this, what happened to my window? Let me pull it up here. What I'm going to do is tell you all a story that is based on this thing that is called The Star Thrower by Lauren Isley. But this particular version of it, let me see if I can get up. Can you all see that now?
I don't see it. No, I don't see it.
It says it is sharing a window. Let me try again. And then if not, it doesn't matter. I can tell the story without the slides, no worries. But let's see if we can give our audience at home something to look at while we're playing along here. Share screen. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Share a window. It's okay if it doesn't work. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I'm going to try this one more time, but it seems to not be working. So let's see if I could do it by sharing my entire screen. Can you see me now looking at you?
I see you looking at me.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm then going to bring up our presentation here so people can follow along at home. All right, now you should be able to see goal 100 people.
Oh, so yes.
Okay, so right now, if you want to help us with this goal of signing up 100 people, go ahead, look at that. It's tinyurl.com/DGAT2021. All right, here is story time with Scott Michels. All right, so once upon a time, there was a beach called Dead Starfish Beach. And Dead Starfish Beach was a beach that every night for as long as people could remember, starfish would wash up and then they would die right on that beach. And they would get stuck there and they piled up for so many years that everyone said, it is what it is. It's Dead Starfish Beach. So while you're thinking about Dead Starfish Beach, I want you to think about what are some other things that we say it is what it is. Things that might hurt people, but we just seem to accept them as normal. Like there will always be bullying. There will always be racism. There will always be sexism. There will always be poverty. Well, think about what it is that you think is maybe unsolvable. So, Dead Starfish Beach, nasty place. You don't want to go there. Well, one day there was a little girl walking down the beach when she, you know what? I am going to take this off because I think it's more animated when I actually talk about it with my face, if you don't mind.
It's my favorite part.
Okay. So, there's dead starfish beach all over this beach. There are dead starfish. And one day an old man walks by, he's walking by dead starfish beach when he sees a little girl on the beach. A little girl is finding the starfish that are still living and she's throwing them to safety. And all of a sudden the old man says to this little girl, what are you doing? And she says, I'm saving the starfish. And so he kind of laughs to himself. That's cute. That's cute and all, but didn't anyone tell you this is Dead Starfish Beach? And you're only throwing one at a time, 50 wash up every night. There's no way you're going to make a difference throwing one back at a time. Mm-hmm. Well, at that, and many of you might know this story at this point, at that, the little girl leans down and she finds one that is still living. Here's one that says C.A.U.S.E on it. And she throws C.A.U.S.E back to safety and she says, well, sir, it's going to make a world of difference to the ones that we do help. So there's the first aha moment that the old man understands, which is that every single thing we do makes a difference. Every action makes a difference. So right now, when you're going through Wilmington, and first of all, let me tell you, tell it real, is that how many of you remember when they called Wilmington, Delaware, Murder Town, USA through Newsweek? When they did it, that's when all of a sudden everyone was basically accepting Murder Town, USA as what it was. So the first aha moment is that even when you're walking through Wilmington, Delaware, thinking that you can't make a difference, every single little thing you do is going to make a difference. And that's positive or negative. So we're going to now get to the second aha, because the old man says, so what? You're saving one starfish, but it's Dead Starfish Beach. 50 more will wash up tonight. At that, the little girl then says, well, what if the one starfish that we throw back in its own starfish language sees other starfish headed towards the beach who haven't yet hit the beach and says, hey, stay away from there, we're dying. So not only does everything that we do make a difference, but everything we do ripples beyond our sight. So when you are out there doing good things, it is spreading beyond your sight. It also happens if you're doing negative things. Now, the old man then looks down. I am going to go back to my share for a moment to see if we can. The old man then looks back down at the beach where the little girl has been, and he sees beautiful, alluring sand where he has always known it to be Dead Starfish Beach. So at this, I'm going to catch you guys up to where we are. At this, he says, oh my gosh, you mean this is a beautiful, beautiful beach that could actually be somewhere where I can be. And this is when he has a huge realization, because he goes to Florida every year when the beach is right here in Delaware. That's when he realizes this. Dead Starfish Beach is Dead Starfish Beach because that is the world we accept as normal. So hear that again. Dead Starfish Beach is Dead Starfish Beach because that's the world we accept as normal. What that means is that how many things are we accepting as normal that hurt us? And here is the main point with this one, is that there is no neutral. We are either making Wilmington get better or we're allowing Wilmington to get worse. We are either cleaning up Dead Starfish Beach or we're allowing it to get worse. So once we know that there is no neutral, what we're asking you to do is embrace the responsibility and know that you might not be the person who sees Dead Starfish Beach clean, but you will now, for every moment of your life, be using your energy to make it a positive place. And here is where the do-good-a-thon comes in, folks. Aha number 4 is that when the old man and the little girl start doing their work on the beach, well, other people see it. And this is where Starfish Casters really lights up. We understand that action is contagious. Action is contagious. And so when we tell you that action is contagious, what I mean by that is when people walk by and say, Wilmington, it is what it is, and it's going down and nothing's going to happen, well, then that becomes our contagious action. So we have to be really conscious. What are we spreading as our contagious actions? And I want to also tell you that thoughts, we spread thoughts like actions too. Here's a shout out to every environmentalist out there. If you are going around telling people that it's too late for the environment, you are teaching everyone who doesn't know any better that it's over, that it's too late. And now we just create that. So we have to be careful with the words that we are talking about when we do this work. All right. So if you're following along, here are the ahas so far. One is that everything we do makes a difference. Two, everything we do ripples beyond our sight, negative or positive. Three, there's no neutral, that whatever we do, if we're either making things better or we're allowing it to get worse, and that Dead Starfish Beach is Dead Starfish Beach because it's the world that we are used to. So when you throw all these things together, knowing that action's contagious, you have to realize that you need to be the contagious action. So there's one last aha, which is this. A scientist comes up to the beach and says, you're not thinking about structurally what's putting the starfish on the beach. And here's my call to action to everyone who's watching right now. I want you to think about what you love to do in the world. Okay. So the scientist loves science. And she says, why aren't you thinking about what's putting these starfish on the beach in the first place? So the little girl says, can you figure that out while we're helping these one at a time? Someone else comes up and says, I'm a singer. I'd like to help. Great. Can you write the song that says, we are the starfish? Someone else comes up and says, I'm a chef. Can I help? Great. Can you put up a food truck right near the beach so that when we're hungry, we can get some food? And then Sharonda, she actually found out about it. And she says, maybe the United Way could come in and help tell people about the beach to get more and more people helping in their own way. So that last aha is this. Right now, if you're watching this, there is something that you love to do in the world. And what I'm telling you is that you can take what you love to do in the world and do it for someone else to make the world a better place. And ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to the Do Good-a-thon. All right. I know I'm going a little over on that, but are any questions on that story first?
I love the story. And I hope that folks had their aha moments, because I know I did when I heard it. It was like, wow. All these circumstances that we say it is what it is. Oh, it's too big for one person. And it may be too big for one person, but the little girl tried, and that was contagious. And then more people joined. And that is what we're trying to do.
And also, I want to point out that when we say things are going to exist, so for example, if your school says, yes, bullying exists and we're going to deal with it, you have right there, open the door to the bully saying, we know that you're coming, we're going to make some room for you, and then we'll handle it. So a lot of it really has to do with what we accept as normal. Right. Racism is not normal, even though we are in patterns of it and accepting it as normal. Poverty is not normal, even though right now our current structures have a lot of people impoverished. But if we look at it differently, we could say we are not accepting it as normal that someone will be judged by the color of their skin. We are not going to accept it as normal that a person can't make a living wage and have a dignity in their job and employment. So what I hope that you're seeing is right now, each of you also has a different issue that you're working on and making the world a better place. And if we all support each other's issues, then all issues will be done. Aha, here comes some of our ahs right here. That's Alexis Cuppy, our do-gooder. So what we have done is we have designed a game and a contest to basically go out there and really put a huge wave of these positive actions out there. And our goal is how many people within 5 weeks, how many people can we get going out there doing good intentionally to set this up? The answer is in our viewers right now. And so let's see. Don't forget, you can sign up right now. DoGoodathon.com has all of this information. But now let's get to the game. Can we get to the game? I'll really describe it before we bring in a guest.
Let's get to the game, because this is where we're going to put the work in. So let's get to the game so folks can know what know what we're asking and join us in this movement.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Here's what it is. So you all know about marathons and raising money with marathons. Well, the Do Goodathon is using that model, but instead of raising dollars, we're raising positive and good intentions. And here's how it works. For the next 5 weeks, starting yesterday all the way to July 5th, we are asking you to register to play. And all that is going to include is that you go to dogoodathon.com or tinyurl.com/, we'll get to that later. It's too much. People aren't typing it. You register. Once you register, then we are asking you to go and just help strangers out there. There are 4 ways of winning, Sharonda. Okay. One is everyone who enters the contest is going to be in the raffle to win a prize. So all you need to do is register, and now you're up for winning a game. So think of that as a free lottery ticket. The second way that you can win a prize is whoever brings the most people into the game. Now, I also want to tell you about that lottery prize is this. That means you can start playing on the 5th week, the last day, and still win a top prize. It is never too late to start playing the Do Goodathon. So that should incentivize you to just keep signing people up. The next prize is going to be for whoever refers the most people to the game. That can also be for your organization. So let's say the United Way wanted to bring a whole bunch of people in. The United Way could play as a team and refer people in.
And
or yeah, you're already doing it. Or as an individual, you could be a referrer. So I, as Scott Michels, could just go get all of my friends and family to play, and whoever refers the most people to the game will win a prize. There's going to be a prize for whoever reports they have done the most acts of service. And how do you report it? Don't worry about it. Once you register for the game, we're going to send you back the final form in the same email that you registered. And it's a simple form. You're just going to put in a number. I did this many deeds. I've sent this many people to the game. Did I enjoy it or not? And then we're going to take all those numbers and give out these prizes at the party, which is July 10th. So how do you win? You can win by playing. You can win by referring people to the game. You can win by doing the acts of service, but we're also going to do a drawing, another lottery drawing of groups who are playing. We really want to incentivize your nonprofits, your schools, your sports teams, anything that you want to do where you want a group of people to start doing good, kind acts of service, get them involved in this game. We want you to use the Do Goodathon as a tool to spark the service hearts in the people around you. And so go ahead and use that. And you can sign up by going to dogoodathon.com. And I should share that screen really quick if I can, just so people know what they're doing. So I'm now going to go back here, share my screen. Yes. And then go to here. Hopefully you will see the Do Goodathon website.
There we go.
All right. If you go to, no.
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, perfect. So this is what you'll see if you go to dogoodathon.com. And if you click this page, it's going to take you right to the registration. All you have to do is write your name, your email. That's how we can send you the follow-up. And then who referred you to the Do Goodathon. So if someone referred you, make sure you do that. And then here are the prizes listed right on the page. And then look at this. If you want to participate, you can click on there. We have a nice form that you can keep your own record on. This is not necessary to play the game, but right there you would see you would put your name, the referrer's name, and then the good deeds that you did and when you did it. And I also really want to take you over here to our Do Goodathon activities list, which is right here. We are going to give you points if you go to any of these activities or events. And right there, I'm going to come back to that in a moment, Sharonda. But below here are a whole bunch of ideas of how you can get points. Picking up trash in the community, picking up groceries for those who need it. But what we want you to do is you think of your own ways of serving. So if you have informal ways of serving, go ahead and put that out. But if you have a formal way of serving, and what do I mean by that? Let's say you're a nonprofit and you want to have people come to your event like LAC Arts and Addiction, you can send us your information and we will put it right here on the calendar. You can submit your information right here just by clicking on this submit bar. I'm going to show you that again real quick. So there it is. All you have to do is put in your information and we will post it for you. And then how do we get the United Way involved? Well, look at this. They have an amazing portal over here where you can go and find out tons of other ones. It's just closed because we have the wrong address in there. But the United Way has many, many other ways of getting involved. you guys are linking tons of people to volunteer opportunities, and you're also linking volunteer groups to those opportunities as well. So we want to make sure, a huge shout out to the United Way for your partnership in getting people to us.
I'm going to show folks the U Volunteer portal. It's same thing. You can find a ton of opportunities there. You sign up. You can sign up as an agency. You sign up as an individual. You can create a team, and any of the opportunities that you see on the portal are opportunities that can collect you points for the Do Goodathon. And if you're already on the portal and you're already doing things, sign up for the Do Goodathon so you can get those points and you can be a part of the contest. So we have hundreds of volunteer opportunities for you to sign up for. So if you're just wondering, what can I do? What kinds of opportunities are there in the community? We have throughout the entire state, from Newcastle County down to Kent County. You can find something that will work for you, something that's meaningful to you. And we also are able to track your hours. So if you don't have the form to track your hours, if you are registered on the volunteer portal, we can track your hours. So it's easy. There are multiple ways to play. And like I said, if you're an agency and you have a group that you want to participate, you can go ahead and sign them up, sign up as a team, sign up as a family, sign up as an individual. Every form of grouping or makeup can participate in this.
That's right. And I just want to remind people that we're coming back after COVID. This is going to be an important summer. This summer, we had division politically, we had division through racial issues, and we've had division physically through COVID. And right now, a lot of people are saying, I want to come back. I want to make the world a better place. I want to help and be good, but they don't know how to do it. We really want you to use this chance, this Do Goodathon, to be a spark that if you're sitting around saying, I don't know what to do today, well, maybe the Do Goodathon will spark you up to say, I'm going to have a conversation with someone. I'm going to go out and do something outside of my comfort zone to try to make the world a better place, because we're really trying to spark those actions. No more posting on Facebook that we're going to make the world a better place. We're going to go out and show people.
It's time to do it. It's time to do it. This is the time. It has been rough. It has, with the political divide, the COVID, we are coming out. The sun is bright, it's shining. This is the time to really get that momentum going towards that positive energy, and it is contagious. So
before we bring those people in, I know you're about to grab some guests.
There's a few people waiting.
And we'll talk about it, but yeah. Don't forget that I also want to say that at the end of this whole event, that the game ends on July 5th, but on July 10th, we're having a party. We're having a live party with live music, and there's going to be 25 different service activities at that party. So while you're dancing, while you're singing, you can go around and write letters to people who are adjudicated. You can fill a bag for a domestic violence victim. There's going to be all of these wonderful things. So if you have something that needs to get done, make sure you do it at the party. But we are having a party at the end as well. And so if you want to get involved with that, make sure you reach out as well. But let's invite some guests in.
And so we do have some guests, and just in the interest of time, I'm going to bring everybody on, and I'm excited about this because this shows that ripple effect, because here you have this idea, and now all of these partners have come together to make this happen. Hello. Hi, Hayat. And we have Daniel. I think we have a couple more folks. We have Brittany and Michele. Hello. So I'm so glad you all could join us. I'm so excited. I was in a meeting. You invited me to a Lions meeting, and Hayat. It was such great energy. The passion for service. And so I'm so glad you all could be here. And I know that everyone here is very committed to service. And so I definitely wanted to bring you here to talk, because I want people to understand what it is that the impact it has on the community, not just that, the impact it has on you. Why would somebody want to give of their time or to give of themselves or want to do something for another person that they don't even know. And so I think that you all can speak to that, as well as any opportunities that you may have. And we hey Carl, so
Hey, everybody.
hi. We were just saying that we want to talk a little bit about why it's important, why service is important, the benefits of it on all ends. And so, if you could just like tell us, we're going to start with Hayat. If you want to just talk a little bit about your organization, the Lions Club, and what you guys do, and why service is important to you.
All right, so I am right now currently the president of the Bellefonte Lions, and Scott is going to be following me, and Daniel was the previous two ago. So the Bellefonte Lions, we are service, diverse group of people, right, who are passionate about serving the community, also making sure that we look like the community we serve. So service, not only that is important to us. I will tell you, like, faith is important to me, and I will tell you, I was the first Muslim in Lions Club in Delaware. So what service does is unifies people. So I don't see obstacles. I just find an action to do list. You know, one of my favorite things, which is my mom, who is just service legacy that I was passed down to, is it's about doing what you can. You're Elkins, you don't like what you see, you do something about it. Right? You don't complain. You're like, this needs to be done. Somebody needs to ride to school. You give them a ride. Somebody doesn't have a car. You go grocery shopping for them. So we were about what needs to be done. Even when pandemic hit, most of our service club, they were doing nothing. It was actually energized us, right? To say, okay, homeless, we have homeless, they need food, let's deliver food. Let's cook food for them. Fresh food giveaway, let's find a way to get the food that surplus the farmers have, get it delivered in the hands of people. So we have a bunch of people who are awesome, service-minded. Let's get together and do something about it. So it's all about doing something, what you can. Not be overwhelmed with all the stuff that's going on, which it is overwhelming, but just action item. What can I do in my neighborhood, in my family? And that's what, like, you know, that brings us together. That's why I want to be involved in this awesome program. And it's all about doing what you can. Like Bellefonte Lions, we work with youth. So we're looking for mentors. We cook for homeless. We did 5 times. We want to do more for Joiner's House. So you can either drop off a meal or cook with us at Bellevue Community Center. The DVA, that domestic violence, we just started a new part of our Bellefonte Lions, so care back for the domestic violence. We also, June 19, we have cooking for families who've been affected for domestic violence at Bellevue Community Center. So if you want to be involved, Bellefonte Lions is service-minded, join us. We will also join you. So we're about helping each other excel in whatever ways that you can.
So you love cooking. Yeah. Like Scott was saying, that everybody has something, and your something is meaningful. Your something can impact somebody else's life. Mine isn't cooking, but somebody else's is cooking. And so in that way, they could join that opportunity, and they could help out with victims of domestic violence just by cooking.
Yes.
Awesome. So I know we have Michele. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Sharonda. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so glad you could be here. I was so excited to see that you were going to be here and just learning a little bit about your organization. I feel like just the mission, and so I wanted you to kind of like speak to your mission, and also talk a little bit about the impact of community service. Like how are we helping the world by giving of ourselves?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here, both Sharonda and Scott. Multiplying Good, some of you may know us from our former name, the Jefferson Awards or the Jefferson Awards Foundation. But we're the nation's leading nonprofit dedicated to fueling personal growth and leadership through public service. We believe individuals are transformed through the power of service to others through our programs. So the reason why we changed our name is we're a lot more than awards, with a lot of people probably don't know. But through our awards, we've awarded over 63,000 grassroots unsung heroes over the past 49 years. We're getting ready to head into our 50th anniversary. We have trained over 35 youth in leadership to become empathetic leaders and change makers through our Students in Action program. And then we work with corporations and companies across the country where we impact 8 million employees who work for those folks and recognizing their individuals for service. So to answer your question, we believe service creates that positive change through helping others. It helps connect us to one another. But what probably the most important thing it does is it not only helps the beneficiary of the action, but it also transforms the individual.
Yeah, that's what I keep wanting to get across, is that you do get something out of, I mean, if you do the Good-a-thon, you're going to get incentives and prizes. You could win a ton of things, but there are other benefits that come along with service that can't really be named. Like just being a part of the solution, helping a stranger, you walk away feeling a little bit better, like you helped make the world a better place. And it doesn't matter how big or how small, because all the acts matter. So thank you so much for recognizing that in the community. And so Brittany, can you tell us a little bit about what service means to you? And
yeah, thank you. I'm Brittany Powell. I'm the Director of Public Engagement here at the Delaware Contemporary, and we are really excited to be part of the Do Good-a-thon in a couple different ways. But for us here at the museum, service is also about how experiencing art and getting out with your family and getting out with your friends and experiencing works of art can be a transformative force for you as an individual or in our community. So we have lots of opportunities this summer to come in and support the Do Good-a-thon. Anytime you come by the summer season during our open hours, we're supporting the Friendship House. So you can make a clothing, a school uniform donation here. We have a bin on site. That's all summer long. On June 13th, we're excited to have the second annual West Street Art Festival, and the Starfish Casters will be here on site helping connect with the Do Good-a-thon to spread their message. And that day also has a lot of other really fun family-focused activities that are centered around experiencing the summer art exhibitions. So at the West Street Festival, there will be a river-to-river bike ride sponsored by Urban Bike. You'll get to go around the community and check out public art across our region and experience that outdoors. There's a community mural with artivist Seven God, who you might know from the Wilmington community. He'll be here making art and talking about the power of affirmations and positive change for yourself and for your community. We'll have First Day Improv here. There will be the UD Creamery and food trucks. The Brandywine School District will be showing art from students across that district. And there will be art making workshops here that day as well. So lots of different ways to connect. Our summer theme is identify. So we're talking about our personal and collective identity and our history individually and as a community. So we're excited to have people come through, and art can be a catalyst for change in our community here and do some really positive things through art making.
I love that. I love that. And I love the connection to family. You know, I want people to remember we're all coming out of this long sleep. You know, this is the opportunity. You can get your family out, get them involved. It's not just, you know, the adult thing. It's not just the organization thing. This is a collective community thing, and that means families. And so those opportunities are ways to get your family out, to see something beautiful, to enjoy something that we haven't been able to do in so long, and to help the community. So I thank you for that. This is amazing. And then we have Daniel. How are you?
I am good. I'm good.
I know you do lots of amazing things. I'm always seeing if it's some good stuff is happening, I see you there. Yep. And so I'm glad you're here to talk about the works that you're doing. And
It is only because I work in partnership with so many other amazing people like the people on this call. When it comes to service, I think of two formative quotes. The first is the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The quote says, the life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? That is the basic core of all that we do. And then the second quote was actually by a gentleman by the name of Melvin Jones, who was the founder of Lions Clubs International, the world's largest service organization, 1.4 million members in 200 countries in the world. And that quote was, you can't get very far until you start doing some things for somebody else. So to echo what you were saying, that when you do an act of service, the act of giving, in that act, you are actually receiving. And that process is what uplifts you and makes you feel more connected. Here at the Bellevue Community Center, we understand that community, the bedrock of community, is service. That it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what God you pray to. It doesn't matter who you voted for in the last election. The only question is, are you going to help those in need? And it is through that we build our programs here at the Bellevue Community Center. We have the Bellevue Farms, which is we have a farmers market that is every single Friday, and there's opportunities to help work in that garden and provide food to those in need, locally sourced, grown in Delaware, organic food and healthy living. All of our programs that we offer are based on this concept of, by sharing with others, we ourselves can grow. So to me, that is why the Do Goodathon is so important, is that it is this concept of we have seen a pandemic shut down the world, not just our nation, the world. The infectiousness of fear of this pandemic, fear of others during these times. And can we make service and kindness just as infectious, just as contagious as the pandemic that shut down the world, and use that to reopen the world? Kindness matters more than anything in this world. And there is nothing kinder than serving others. So if you are looking to participate in the Do Goodathon, reach out to the Bellevue Community Center, www.bellevuecc.org, to find volunteer opportunities here in your community. We'd love to connect with you and make the world a better place by spreading kindness and by doing good. Thank you, United Way, for this opportunity. The work that you guys do is the connective tissue behind nonprofits, and helping promote this, I think, is just such a wonderful thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. I'm ready to sign up all over again. All right. And Carl, so you have to follow that.
I was just thinking, I said, you guys expect me to follow that, huh? Shame on you, Daniel, for being so good. I'm just joking. Man. Yeah, I've been working with Daniel for some years now, man. And people think like people have to prepare to be this great asset to the community. But this guy, Daniel, I mean, this is his life. This is what he does. And to hear him verbalize it, I mean, I could attest to it because I see him do it every day. So kudos to you, Daniel, and to Scott as well. To start to do Goodathon and get this thing going. I also have a quote. It's by Gandhi. And everybody loves this quote. Everybody uses this quote. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change. And there's no better way to be a change that you want to see in this world than service. Service is basically the epitome. It's implementing that quote. Every little thing you do. And my name is Carl Shaw, by the way. I'm from the Wilmington Public Library, and we're doing some great things as far as service coming from our organization as well. We took a hit last year. Last year was a tough tough year across the board with the pandemic and with the social justice issues that we faced last year. And so the guys at the library, we all kind of huddled around in quarantine, having our Zoom calls and our, our conference calls to figure out what can we do. So we started a book giveaway. People were stuck in the house. So what better way to spend time in the house than with a good book? Reading, educating yourself, preparing yourself for the future. So that was a really, strong act of service from the libraries. I mean, we gave away thousands of books. We started having Zoom programs, bringing people who knew about the pandemic. It was a book called The Great Influenza that talked about the pandemic of the past, the Spanish flu. So we got the author of that book on the Zoom for our community to educate the community on what we're facing and how we're going to get through this and what to expect. So little things like that we could offer to the community. Just on a personal note, it's funny that, I'm really getting engaged with service this year. One of my resolutions was to make sure I keep at least about $10 in singles, in my car, in my pocket, wherever I go, because when you see people asking for some change or asking for a dollar, the immediate feeling that some of us get is judgment. We're judging them. Get a job. You're just going to use it for drugs. You're just going to use it for alcohol. No, you can have money from me. But I put all that aside this year, and I made sure that every single person that asked me for some change, they're getting at least $3. At least. So and it's just like Daniel said, it's sowing a seed. It's just sowing a seed for the future. And the Do-Good-a-thon is giving the world an opportunity to sow these seeds of greatness, of inner greatness and of world greatness. And like in any time in the world that we needed greatness, any time in the world that we need kindness, any time in the world that we need service, understanding, togetherness is now. So this is so poignant at this point to have the Do-Good-a-thon in this time in the world, because this is what the world needs at this point. And just a little bit about what we have coming down the pipe. We have a summertime story on the square, even though we're kind of creeping out of, people wearing masks and all the restrictions. We still want to keep people safe. So we're going to do summertime on Rodney Square this summer. And we're also going to do a Juneteenth festival to celebrate Juneteenth. And that's also circling back to the social justice piece, because last year was Juneteenth's first year as an official state holiday. So we're going to celebrate that in the form of a big festival. We're bringing out 8-time Grammy Award-winning group Take-6, and we're going to headline this festival with a conscious he doesn't even call himself an entertainer. He calls himself an edutainer, because he educates and he entertains at the same time. No other than the Blastmaster KRS-One himself will be headlining downtown Rodney Square for our Juneteenth festival. So this is free to the public. There's going to be a ton of resource tables, a ton of vendors. There's going to be an art walk with a nationally known artist, Ted Ellis. So all of these things we're giving free to the community, and that is active service. That's what Wilmington Library is pretty much all about. We're giving free information, free resources, free inspiration to our constituents and our community. And so all of us, United Way, Bellevue Community Center, the Lions Club, the greatest and biggest service organization ever, to be affiliated with all of these groups, it's just magnifying the service that we're giving to the world. So I'm just so grateful to be a part of this. And thank you all for putting this together. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. I'm so glad you decided this is the time. This is the time to move forward.
We're frozen.
No, she is.
Oh.
So.
And it seems like we're still going live.
Yes, we are.
Well, in that case, just while she's frozen and reconnecting, you go to volunteer.uwde.org. You're back? All right, we were just doing a promo for the United Way of Delaware. She's still frozen. So make sure to go to that website to check out all the volunteer opportunities.
Looks like you're back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I wanted to
okay, there we go.
There you are. I wanted to touch really quick. First of all, just looking at these group of people, you could start to feel what service does to people. We love doing this, and we're all doing this out of our heart. And so one of the things that we are using the Do Goodathon to do is to get that feeling across to people who have never felt it. I don't want to use a corny metaphor, but I'm going to, about, when we were growing up, there was commercials, PSAs about drug use. And it always had the drug dealer, some creepy guy saying, hey, man, first time's free. And the reason why they gave you the first time free is because they knew once you felt it, then you would come back for more. Well, that is sort of what we're doing here with the Do Goodathon, is that we're using a little bit of incentive to get people to feel that first bit of service for free, because we understand that once people start to feel this feeling that we're feeling, they are not only going to be sort of wanting to serve more, but they'll also understand why a lot of the nonprofits do the work that they do, because they're going to have their hands right in the pot. So I know that the Do Good 24 is a very important annual fundraising thing where we're trying to get everyone to understand that we need to raise money. And we're hoping that the Do Goodathon helps us also understand that we have to raise our actions and our intentions too, and that the two are interlocked. And 1 second before I pass it off to everyone, I want to make sure that I finish off what we do with these little starfish. So at the beginning of today, I talked about having people write the name of someone they love and care about on a starfish. Well, when you see us in the community, what we do with these is after we pop it into a button magnet, we actually have you let go of your loved one and trade it with a stranger. And the reason why I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that today is because the Do Goodathon is all about this realization. Right now, if I put my daughter on there or my son, they're not in this room. I can't protect them. So every single morning when they go to school, I have to rely on the strangers around to make sure that they're safe and sound and taken care of. That is the letting go. So I want everyone who's watching right now to realize how vulnerable we are to strangers loving and caring for our loved ones. So that's letting go. But everyone who puts in a starfish then adopts one out. So you might go home with the name of someone that you've never seen before and was created by someone else. But the aha moment that we're trying to get you to realize is that if you are relying on strangers to care for your loved one when you're not there, that you are the stranger that others are relying on to care for their loved ones. And the only way we can teach others is through action. That's why service is this magical tool, because what service is a way that you can give someone to teach them how to love and to feel it back to yourself. But so that is why we do the exchange, to have us realize that we are already interconnected amongst the strangers. And we're hoping that the Do Goodathon really locks that into people's feelings.
I just want to say that, sometimes people feel like they just don't have enough time to volunteer. And it doesn't always have to be this huge event. There are ways to volunteer. There are virtual opportunities that you can do right in your own home. You can find.
I know that she's frozen right now, but right there on the website for the United Way's opportunity, they have a whole section of ways that you can volunteer right from your own home, including one of the most popular volunteer options that they had this year. I found out from Sharonda is reading through the internet to people who need to be read to. So, and you're back again. I was just telling them about the reading program.
So, yeah, there are volunteer opportunities that are big, that are small, that are outdoors, that are in, at organizations. You can really find something that works for your situation. You don't have to go out. You don't have to. If right now with COVID still being around, if you want to do something from home, you can. You can go on to the website and find virtual opportunities as well.
Now, by the way, Mildred Ortega from the Latin American Community Center has been chiming in here. I think she's on the phone, but not on the camera. And there is one way that you can serve right from home is to attend the Art Addiction Show And also, this year, you can get to vote on it. So, Mildred, could you tell them about that? Oh, we might have just lost her. So I will tell you about that. Um, every year, the Latin American Community Center, who's one of our partners, throws an event with the Delaware Museum of Art, and it's called Art Addiction. And it's happening on, you can tune in. As a matter of fact, if you go to the Do Goodathon, you could find out information on there. But starting tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 2nd, you are going to be able to actually look at all of the 40 entries and vote. And so that would be a way that you could serve right from home. And it looks like the mic and camera are not working. So I'm just talking for Mildred right now. She's sending me some lines to speak. But yeah, so go ahead, make sure you go to the Latin American Community Center's website to find out more about Art Addiction.
So that's an opportunity that you don't have to get up. You can sit, you can open up your phone or your laptop and go ahead and participate right in the comfort of your own home. And so I'm just really excited about the things to come. Remember that the Do Goodathon has already started. It has already started on 31st. It has launched, it's kicked off. So you are collecting your points right now. I think we have Mildred. Everything that
can you guys see me?
Hey,
Hi.
Mildred.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for.
Oh, that was such an exciting beginning.
I know. Technology.
Look at this group of people, community, who are all coming together just to help each other be good. In the world of the nonprofits, a lot of times you hear about silos. You hear that in Delaware, we're all fighting each other for the same dollars, and we're all working on things together. What we're hoping to show you right here is that we can serve together. We can break down those silos through the actions that we do. Mildred,
and
you with us?
That is United Way's mission, is to bring to be that central hub to bring everyone together, because the problems are so great, so big, that we know that we need every hand, every person, every community involved to really make the change. And so we are so grateful for this group. I'm very grateful, and I'm so excited, and I'm excited to party. I haven't been to a party in 2 years. So I am definitely excited for July 10th, and I really hope that we get as much of Delaware. I wouldn't mind busting out the seams with Delawareans partying with us on July 10th.
And please, if you have a service activity, and would like to be a co-host of the party, we are still recruiting service opportunities. And Brittany, the party is at the Delaware Contemporary, which is like the hottest spot in Delaware.
We are so excited.
All of Delaware. I just invited everybody.
But it's a service party.
And Scott, can we talk a little bit about can we give away any teasers about what's going to happen at the party? Can I do some of the things that we've been working behind the scenes? So our goal is to have at least 25 service organizations and opportunities here on site that night, so you can get your service and your soiree on. And I don't know, Scott, can I say about
it's official.
SBC will be on site. We are super excited to maybe have some art and some animals together here at the museum. I don't know yet 100%, but lots of really fun and exciting service opportunities here at the museum on July 10th from 5 to 8 p.m. to conclude the Do Goodathon and really highlight all of the amazing work that I know our community is going to be doing over the next couple of weeks leading up to it. We are so excited to be part of it and can't wait to see everybody here then.
Puppies at the party, it's official.
And so you can find these and tons of opportunities for service on the U Volunteer portal, volunteer.uwde.org. If you want to add a volunteer opportunity, you can also go on and put your volunteer opportunity. You can always contact me. I can put up your opportunity. It is a central one-stop shopping. And obviously you can contact all of these wonderful, wonderful people to find out how you can get involved in further in the opportunities they are presenting, so that you can be part of the Do Goodathon. And most sign up for the Do Goodathon. If you are doing the work anyway, just go ahead and register yourself so that you can be in the running for some prizes, some incentives, and that you should come to the party.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, Mildred.
Finally. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I'm excited to be part of this. Just wanted to say that, and I'm glad this mic actually decided to work, and looking forward for these partnerships, and looking forward for you guys to attend Art Addiction. It's a free event. We're going to have a lot of entertainment. We are super excited to work with Scott and his team, and looking forward to see what we can do with the good at, I don't know how to say it, Scott.
The Do Goodathon.
There you go. So looking forward to kind of put that in the Latino community. I know we're working on doing that in Spanish. So Mayur and I will be the voice for that. So just wanted to say that, and thank you for the opportunity. And I apologize, technology.
Thank you, Mildred. It's lovely to hear you. Thank you. And so we have we've had you all lunch. And so we really hope that some folks have signed up, and that we will be seeing you on July 10th, and that, of course, you can find all the opportunities on the sites, the links that we've sent out, and on the U Volunteer portal at volunteer.uwde.org. And you can sign up for the Do Goodathon, which is this the whole point. So join us. And so I am going to ask Hayat, I was in the meeting with you last week. Can you close us out? I love the exercise that we did. And so I'm just going to ask you to take it.
All righty. So also extend all your hands straight out, and then bring it together. And then imagine some kind of love message, warm heart that you can do. And you go on a screen, you pass it on. Just think of an image or a word, whatever it is, and pass it to the next to you on the screen. And imagine they're receiving it. And then to the right, and they're receiving it. And then to the world, and they're receiving it. And love and kindness, you can see what it is.
Thank you. And we will see you July 10th at the big party.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharonda. Thanks, United Way.